Yeah, he just was too disrespectful to teammates and stuff. And,
I see.
And
How's the young Sean Strickland?
yeah,
He's
no, this is
matured
well.
quite a bit.
No, I definitely see that, and I'm always rooted for him when he left. It wasn't like I was like, I hope that guy,
Right.
No, I always rooted for him. I thought he had a ton of potential. I was yelling at him to go up a weight class because he was always trying to make 170. I'm like, dude, you need to go 185. You'd feel a lot better. You compete you'd be fine competing up there, but everybody's always mentally afraid to be against the bigger guys.
Yeah, he's a different fighter at 185 than he was at 170.
Right.
At 170, you could see he was compromised. Just like
Right.
he had to cut 25 pounds easy, right?
Yeah, no, he's big.
He's way too big for
Right.
170. But when you saw his fight with Adesanya, were you shocked?
I only saw parts of that. I didn't see
Really?
the whole thing. I was somewhere else. I didn't get to see it.
It's fucking amazing.
Yeah, no, I saw parts of it, and yeah, he looked great.
He looked fucking amazing. The crazy thing is how good his defense is.
I thought he would do well against him. I didn't think he'd do well just standing up with him there. I mean, I thought Adesanya would outpoint him a little bit, but I thought Sean would take him down and beat the shit out of him if he got on top.
Well, that's a lot of people don't realize. Sean has a very good ground game.
No, very good, yeah.
Very good. He just doesn't use it very often. He's black belt in jiu-jitsu, good wrestling, good takedown defense.
Right.
He's solid everywhere, but he just loves to bang.
Right.
Loves to stand in front of guys.
He doesn't have like huge power. He's probably getting better at putting it in better places now, but he's not a big knockout guy, but he definitely adds them up and really, he's by far one of the biggest pressure fighters
Yeah.
that just moves forward all the time.
Well, he's also able to do that because of his defense. His defense is so
he's
underrated.
hard to hit, yeah.
So underrated. And in that Adesanya fight, you saw it so clearly.
Yeah, he's really hard to hit.
So good at moving just out of distance and then putting more pressure back on you, checking those calf kicks.
He's quick.
Yeah. I was super impressed with that
Yeah.
fight.
And it's even more impressive, coming back from an accident like he had too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And he talks about it. It's like, my quad's all fucked up on his right leg.
Right.
It's like his one leg is just like the quad's not even attached,
Yeah.
which is nuts.
Yeah, no, it's, but again, it just shows what the body can do if you just let it.
Yeah.
If you're just mentally tough enough to push through something.
Well, he changed his style a little bit because of it. He stands different than most people. Stands very straight up.
He always has.
Yeah? Always?
Yeah. When I'd spar him, I'd have to. I quit aiming for his head. I just aimed for his chest, and it kind of stopped him. And then I could, follow up. If I hit him in the chest, I could follow up and hit him again. But he's hard to hit.
Yeah, it's impressive, and he's the only guy doing that sort of Philly shell style at a championship level. It's like very interesting seeing him out there. He looks different than everybody else.
Yeah, he's quick. That really helps him not get hit also.
Yeah, but it's just also, I think, when we're going back to the different schools of thought in terms of sparring, he spars every day. It's most of his training is sparring.
Right.
So when you see him fight Adesanya in the 5th round, the guy wasn't even breathing heavy. I mean, he looked like ready to go 5 more after that.
He's got just his natural ability is his cardio. Among he knows how to fight well too, but naturally he just has cardio for days.
Well, I got to think that has a lot to do with constantly sparring. So the sparring thing is there's not a lot of tension. Very loose and very composed and very efficient.
Right.
Whereas some guys, but then again, you look at Max Holloway, he's about as good as it gets, and that guy doesn't spar at all anymore. He says, I don't want to get beat up.
He shouldn't.
Yeah, he just says...
Especially the way his fights are typically wars,
Oh, he's had some fucking crazy wars. But he's like, I want to go into those fights fresh. And I think that was something that he picked up during training camps. At some of the training camps where he sparred a lot, he was a little beat up by the time he actually got into the octagon. And so now he's like, look, I already know how to fight. So I'll just do drills and hit mitts and pads and constant conditioning, and it works.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
But that's what's interesting is there's no one perfect way to do it. It depends upon the athlete, depends upon the skill set.
Right. No, for sure. And you know, you could, like, I set certain days to do certain things because of, you know, how tough certain things are on certain days, and you want to go hard, then you want to kind of take it easy for a day. Easier, I should say, but it doesn't work for everybody. Some guys just need a little bit more, some guys need less.
Do you think that's something that you just need to tune in on your own with a coach and with the people that you work with and just figure it out over time, multiple camps?
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, for the most part, you get what you put into it, out of it. So if one day you're not feeling it, you know, you kind of get in there and you get lazy, you might get beat up a little bit, but that means you're having to push through some adversity to kind of keep going, which is also a good thing in training to have to do some days. And on the flip side, you might feel great someday and you're the one beating the other guy up in practice. And I think it's good for the guys to get beat up to have to see how they respond to that.
Right, and to have that experience once you actually get in the fight.
Right, because it's definitely going to happen in a fight.
Yeah, yeah.